The International School Breda is a brand new international school in the Netherlands. As a new school, there's a lot of room for improvement and to spearhead new ideas and innovations from the ground up, rather than waiting to implement them into the school when it has an existing culture. We're creating the culture now. In the secondary school, we use the middle years program of the International Baccalaureate Organization, which is focused on student-directed and project-based learning. However, without ongoing reflection on the learning, projects and experiences can be quickly forgotten and left behind. For this reason, we need to create a dynamic space that students can take ownership of, a space in which they can reflect upon their own learning, and a place that they can showcase pieces that they're most proud of. This will be especially important as we move forward in implementing the diploma program. To answer this need, I'm proposing a digital sandbox of sorts where students and teachers can document and reflect upon learning in progress while also showcasing the work they're most proud of. I'm proposing a network of blogs modeled in the style of the Yokohama International School Learning Hub. While we are a very small school at the moment, the goal is to self-host this blog network and create something that we can easily grow into. It may seem like a large undertaking for such a small school at the moment, but the reasons for implementing a network of blogs now is to avoid having lots of blogs and sites scattered about the internet. We want a centralized space for learning. It's very easy to create a standalone blog, but going this extra step will ensure we have some level of control over the blog network and customization. The blog platform software WordPress, which I'm proposing we use, is free and has a very active user support community that we can reach out to when we need support. There will be some costs in server space and time and help from our ICT team to get it up and running, not to mention some time spent learning how to use the blogs, training, etc. There are many alternatives available online for e-portfolios and blogs, but WordPress is the most cost-effective and flexible while still being very user-friendly. There's a wealth of research available regarding e-portfolios and blogging in education. However, I always turn to Dr. Helen Barrett for ideas and inspiration about e-portfolios. She has a very focused interest in education and has created great models of e-portfolios on her site using a number of different resources, including WordPress. These models made it easy for me to compare pros and cons of each platform alternative and make an educated decision beyond just my experience. Another resource I am learning from is Kim Cafino, the technology and learning coach at the Yokohama International School. She has experience implementing the same sort of hub I would like to implement at ISB and has been gracious enough to document the process and share ideas and resources on her website. I also have a Twitter friend that recently helped guide his school through creating the same network. Both have been kind enough to respond to my questions and thoughts about this project. One of the biggest challenges I have had in thinking about this project has been how to balance creating a space that's reflective and dynamic and thoughtful, what most people think of when they think of good blogging, while also being a showcase of learning, featuring pieces self-selected by the students. This is the portfolio part. It seems like this is a dilemma for most educators implementing such a system, so I'm not alone. Dr. Barrett published a chapter of a book about e-portfolios that deals with this exact topic and compared the blog e-portfolio to a Roman god with two faces looking in opposite directions. I'm using Dr. Barrett's research, and particularly that chapter, to better understand how to approach a space that has essentially two purposes as I think about how to meld them. Barrett also discusses how to use blogs in formative assessment, which can be interesting for all of us as we deal with assessments in our units. I will be sharing links to all of these resources in the ISB DIGO group if you would like to read about some of this research yourself. These blogs can be powerful learning tools for the students and a way to monitor and document learning for you as a teacher. Blogs are posted in chronological order, but students will learn how to categorize and tag their posts so that you can filter out posts unrelated to your subject, if you so choose. You can ask students to post and reflect upon their progress during a project or after to engage in formative assessment. Students can also create a running list of showcase work that they will use to build up a portfolio. And these blogs are easily exported and sent along with the student. Students leaving and arriving is part of the international school experience, but having a blog enables the student to demonstrate what he or she learned at our school once they travel on. Implementing this project did not go well. I failed in the truest sense, but that was mainly due to the massive nature of the project. I knew it was big, but I didn't realize how big until I was in the thick of it. which made starting and finishing it pretty much impossible in the few weeks of this CEP 812 course. I'm in the process of revising the project and breaking it down into manageable pieces. Without this massive failure, I never would have realized the many moving parts that were connecting and keeping this project together, so I'm pretty happy that I did fail in this way. Since our ICT team is quite busy with other projects at the moment, I'm starting with the education side of things with students and teachers. I would be happy to share these lesson plans with you as an introduction to blogs and bring you up to speed on this medium if you're unfamiliar. A surprise during the process has been the agreement of our head of primary to pilot school blogs. She will be writing the primary blog and posting snapshots of student learning, student work, and communicating with parents through the blog. She will also invite postings from the primary school teachers. She has very positive experiences with blogs in the primary setting, and I can share my experiences with them as a secondary educator. Together, my hope is that we can be a resource for all of you as you implement this technology at ISB. This project did not get implemented as planned, but I learned a great deal in just attempting it and have adjusted my specifications for success and broken the project down into pieces. I'm addressing this project in terms of stakeholders: educators, meaning you, the teachers and administrators, the students, and the ICT side of things. I myself am vowing to model the reflective practice I'm promoting by posting more often to my personal blog and my class blog. Surveys will go out to students, to staff, and possibly to parents after the holidays to gauge opinions and levels of experience around blogs. An ongoing unit of the technology class I teach will be reading and commenting on blogs, which will introduce students to RSS feeds, blogs, and constructive commenting. If you have any blogs that you read related to your subject or your content area, please let me know. We can ask students to read these and add it to the reading that they have to do for your course while also learning about blogs. I will also be working with the primary teachers on blogs, and you are more than welcome to join us as we try our hands at this medium.